Hey Shelby Bells, it's Shelby. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in for another video. Today we have breaking news, you guys. Breaking news, hot off the press. You guys, are you ready? Ethan Klein has finally spoken out about Trisha Paytas. He never talks about Trisha, and he spoke about her literally in a podcast that was posted maybe an hour ago. So I'm hot on this tea. If you're interested in hearing more about that drama, make sure that you keep on watching. Okay guys, this is gonna be one of those, okay? I'm trying to get the tea out quick. I'm trying to get it to you fast. There's not gonna be any editing in this video. I'm just gonna be speaking and then uploading. So my apologies in advance if there's any pauses, if I lose my train of thought, whatever. I'm gonna try and stay on task for you guys. But the truth is, that's kind of hard to do in one sitting with no editing. So here we go anyway. But you guys, before we get started into the drama, if you are new here, my name is Shelby. I'm the crazy cat lady of the drama community here on YouTube. I bring the drama to you about all your favorite influencers, or maybe some you love to hate, celebrities. I do Bravo stuff, basically anything like celebrity pop culture, anything that we like find interesting for entertainment purposes. I will spill the tea on what's going on with that for you. And I normally have the help from my two little reporters, Mr. and Miss Kitty. They are my investigative research team, but I think they're napping, and this tea is hot off the press. I actually found this tea, not the cats. Anyway, if you're interested in hearing more about all of that stuff, make sure you subscribe to my channel down below, and don't forget to ring the bell. Remember, all Shelby Bells ring the bell. Okay, now oh, here's my investigative team right now. Miss Kitty, hello, Miss. Miss, I know that you just woke up from your nap, but Mama has some news. You want to hear it? Miss, you want to hear the news? Okay, Miss, so the news is that Ethan Klein finally spoke on a podcast interview about his relationship with Trisha Paytas. Isn't that amazing? Miss Kitty, I know it's so. It's something we weren't expecting, because you know what, Miss Kitty, you say it all the time. Ethan Klein never talks about Trisha, isn't that right? I know he never talks about Trisha, and so this was very rare for us to get Ethan Klein talking about her, isn't that right? I know. So anyway, you guys, so Miss Kitty is shocked. She doesn't know anything about this tea, so she's new to it too. When I play the clip for you, that will be her first time hearing it as well. But Miss Kitty, what do you think that Ethan Klein had to say about Trisha? You don't think it was good? Well, you wouldn't necessarily be wrong about that, Miss, okay? So here's the thing. Ethan Klein, it's true, never talks about Trisha Paytas. And there are so many unanswered questions and unanswered things that we have concerning their relationship, right? So we saw them explode on Frenemies. We know they filmed this, we know Ethan and Trisha filmed this like last episode of Frenemies. They tried to work it out and tried to figure it out. There was this whole, just so many things they were fighting about as far as negotiations with the pay. Trisha, like, Ethan was taking this like extra 5% that Trisha was really unhappy about, and she wanted to talk about that more. And there was just so many things, you know, basically in a nutshell, they were not seeing eye to eye. I mean, the show was called Frenemies, not Best Friends. So, I mean, they never were supposed to get along super well. Oh my God, you guys, my lash is literally messing with me right now. By the way, if you like these lashes, I'm wearing the Rich Luxe X, I don't know where the packaging is. I'm wearing the Rich Luxe X Kiss Me Now Cosmetics Lash Collab. So if you want to pick these up, you can go to kissmenowcosmetics.com and you can use code Shelby to save 10%. But okay, anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. So we never hear them talk about this. They had so many issues that just kind of like erupted and Frenemies ended, but they filmed this last episode of Frenemies, and apparently that episode was so explosive. And if you guys watched Frenemies back in the day, I mean, it must have been super freaking explosive, because it got super weird and awkward on Frenemies multiple times with Trisha and Ethan, because they just didn't see eye to eye. Trisha would storm off set. They would get into like big arguments and stuff. And so if it was bigger than like the awkwardness and the stuff that we'd seen before, you guys, this episode, I'm dying to see it. I would literally give a lot of money to see this last episode of Frenemies and report it to you guys. Oh my God, if they ever air that, oh my God. You guys, I am so into what that last episode was about. Anyway, but the fact they never aired that last episode left a lot of questions for us as the viewers. We were so confused. I mean, we knew that we had a big falling out. We knew kind of the basis of what everything was going on. there's a lot of unanswered questions and stuff that we don't have about these two. So Trisha has gone on Instagram rants, TikTok rants, Twitter rants about Ethan, and it's mainly, and when you listen to Trisha talk about stuff like this when she's in the middle of a meltdown, you really can't comprehend and put two and two together about what actually is wrong with her, because she doesn't make any sense when she's in that state of mind. She just kind of like crying, or if she even is crying, some people think it's fake. It's just like you can't make much logic out of that or understand exactly what the root of the issue is when she does that. So we really don't know. All we know is that Trisha claims that Ethan is sending hate mobs her way, and I will give Trisha this: the foot soldiers of the Ethan Klein H3H3 family, they are ruthless. I can say I don't like Ethan Klein's shirt color, and they will come for me, and they will leave me a million hate comments and dislike my video a million times because I said I don't like Ethan Klein's shirt color, okay? And it's just the color of his shirt. It has nothing to do with him personally. God forbid I say I don't like something Ethan Klein does. His fan base will come for me for weeks. Okay, they will come for me for weeks and weeks and weeks on end because I said something not favorable to their king. Okay, so I can understand that Trisha probably did get a lot of hate from the H3H3 fans. Now, was it deserved or not? I don't know. There are certain things I think people never deserve hate on. And so Mr. Kitty is just looking at me like, what are you talking about over there, mama? Mr. Kitty, you want to come in here, Mr. Kitty, and talk to your fans? Mr. Kitty doesn't know anything about what's going on either. He was just sitting there looking, waiting for me to spill the tea, and I keep rambling on about other stuff that doesn't even matter. And he's just like, can you get to the point already? Isn't that right, Mr. Kitty? Mr. Kitty is a man of few words. Okay, so what was I even talking about? Yeah, so the Ethan Klein H3H3 foot soldiers, they're ruthless, and I don't think anybody deserves to get hate over their weight or whatever, but there's a lot of things that Trisha does deserve to get backlash over anyway. Okay, so Ethan Klein talked about Trisha and the status of their relationship on this podcast. It was Howie Mandel's podcast, and I think that you guys are going to be really interested in hearing what he had to say, so I'm going to roll you the footage that I clipped. Roll it.
And I go to YouTube, and it says
ban.
no,
it's fine.
It was
I'm
just
an
a
open
timing.
book. I'll talk about anything.
Anything.
Is there? We're talking about this specifically, and you said,
this
in
is
in the context, this specifically you think was taken out of context and is fine, and you don't necessarily regret saying it. But there's been a lot of montages of stuff that people take offense to.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you look back on, because you've been doing it for a while, that you're like, I wish I didn't say or do that?
Of course, a lot of stuff. I said a lot of super insensitive stuff that I think there was an edgier time in my career.
And then you had babies.
I think, sure, yeah. And I mean, culturally, I think there was things that we said that are not acceptable today. But considering all that even aside, there's a lot of things that I've said in the past that I am embarrassed by, and,
But it doesn't go away.
No, it doesn't go away. And the only thing you can do is basically own it. Not hide from it, acknowledge it. I'll acknowledge it as many times as I need to. And that's part of life, and that's part of being a public figure. I'm embarrassed by it, but I'm not going to shy away from anything I've said.
You're more public than I would ever dream to be. I saw that. I also tuned into you a while back. I don't think you're doing it with her anymore, but there was that what's her name? Trish?
That's what I wanted to bring up. You just announced that it's coming back, right?
That was a troll.
Oh,
yeah,
you got me. I was so excited.
What I did is I said, it was a troll. I'm sorry. It was just an Oliver Tree podcast.
Oh.
But it was a good one. It was very good.
Look, you caught her.
And I was so excited.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I know. I'm sorry.
But are you on good terms with her?
No. Horrible. Well, Trisha, we had this
I
podcast
met her originally because she was on AGT. That's where I met her originally.
I've seen that clip. Isn't that crazy?
You saw
was she doing a fast talker or singing or something?
Singing for Howard Stern. She wanted to do Howard Stern, I think.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah. So that's where I knew her from. And then I met her again when she was dating David Dobrik's friend.
Jason Nash.
Yes.
And
then I saw her again, you fighting with her on the air, negotiating a deal or not negotiating a deal on the air.
We talked a lot about a lot of stuff. And a lot of horrible things transpired. She's married to my brother-in-law.
No.
Which is the craziest thing.
Wait, I didn't know that.
That's kind of what set everything spiraling out of control. My wife's brother they're married and she's pregnant. And it's really sad because, it's never good to be estranged from your family. and it's hard to get into all the details of the shit that went sideways. People online know, but yeah, it was bad, and we are not in contact.
Wait, but does your wife talk to her brother?
No. We were all really close with him, and he ended up marrying, Trisha, and everything went off the rails.
Weren't you nervous going into it that like this may never work
How long
with
have they
family?
been married? I didn't
Never
know.
work with family.
Well, I've worked with my wife since
Yeah.
the first
Yeah.
day.
She's saying that
Yeah.
with
I'm
sitting
saying it.
beside her
that's
father.
the gag you guys have.
No.
I think I heard you guys say that before.
I think we said that
Yeah.
on like the last podcast.
Oh, the
we
one with
said it with
Phineas.
Phineas. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Which, by the way, you also ran into Phineas randomly and invited him, right?
Yeah, that's how.
I think Howie is stalking people. He's
That's
just
how we
wandering
book.
around
That's-
LA looking for famous people.
That's how I book.
You're well connected.
I think
I'm
that's
not
your
connected.
last guest that hasn't aired yet too. That's the last one that you just
That's so
interviewed
funny.
too.
Who's that?
I wasn't here for that one.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
There was somebody else I walked into.
That's so funny.
I'm just.
That's really an interesting way of booking.
How do you get yours?
I email usually.
You have your brother-in-law marry them.
Yeah, right. Well,
How long have they been married?
they've been dating maybe a year plus or something. I don't know.
And they're having a child.
Yeah.
She's gonna be the mother.
Oh, baby.
But you're gonna.
See,
don't
that's
say
a
anything
controversial
negative.
take.
Yeah.
Did I do? No, I meant that like I'm just trying
Well,
to.
let's unpack that, Howie. What do you mean by she's gonna be a mother?
She's kind of wild.
Yes.
Based on what you've seen on the internet, is she actually?
Are
Like
your
in-
in-laws? Do they live here? I met your mother.
My mom, my whole family lives here. My whole family.
And how are the in-laws with her?
Oh, well, they hate her guts. Yeah, if you want to ask seriously.
I did ask seriously.
Yeah, they fucking hate her
okay.
more than me, probably.
So then,
I don't hate her, to be honest.
Is your brother-in-law estranged with
People are
every?
gonna love this episode, by the way, because I never talk about her.
Really? So is your brother then estranged from everyone?
No.
He's close to Trisha's family.
Yeah, he is close with Trisha's family, and he's close with his family,
Uh-huh.
my wife's family. You know, they talk. They just
But I
don't
just asked you
mingle.
that. So it's
My wife's family, my family who lives here,
Yeah, but your wife's family, you said hates
they
her,
live in Israel.
so they don't know her.
They don't know her very well. Yeah.
Oh,
This is a lot of drama.
is that what you met your wife? Your wife's Israeli, right?
My wife is Israeli.
Yeah.
I met her
On Birthright.
on Birthright.
Did you do Birthright?
I did Birthright,
Right,
and I
so
met her
you-
there, and yada yada yada.
Not yet.
Now we're married
Tell
and
me.
have 2 kids.
Wow. So you met her. She wouldn't. She was there on Birth. You were there on Birthright. She was just a.
She was straight birth?
Yeah.
How do you meet an Israeli
Yes,
woman?
so they send groups of young Jewish people to Israel,
I know that. So that
and it's like a weird Zionist thing, right? They're trying to recruit you. They want you to move there, right?
Okay, so here you have it. They said Ethan Klein said that him and Trisha Paytas are still on super bad terms right now. Ethan Klein and Trisha, they're not on good terms. Ethan said that he's not okay, I can't talk. Ethan Klein said that him and Trisha are not on good terms. However, Moses is on good terms with his family that lives in Israel, and Moses is not on good terms with their family in America. Now we know that Moses' parents did go to Trisha and Moses' wedding, and I think to the gender reveal too. So does that include Moses' parents? Because Moses and Hila, who is Ethan's wife, they're not on good terms. And I unfortunately do think it's not cute and not a good thing that they're not on good terms. I think that Moses and Hila need to work it out. Regardless of what Trisha and Ethan have going on, I think it would be good for Moses and Hila to work out their differences. I know that Trisha and Ethan, they have some core issues, and the thing is, and I'll say it to the other time, you guys, Trisha and Moses are very similar people. They really are. They're both really problematic. They're both not afraid to go there, but in different ways. And I think that they really were just a pair that was never meant to last, friendship-wise. The show was called Frenemies. It was never called Best Friends. So, I don't know. I mean, you know what I just thought, actually? What if, and this is a crazy conspiracy theory that I literally just came up with, okay. What if they came up with the idea of this entire podcast called Frenemies because they were going to have this thing, this frenemies thing where they really didn't like each other too much, but they tolerated each other enough and the business was good, so they did it. They formed this podcast, formed what they thought was an actual friendship, planned and staged something that would implode and destroy everything and shake up the entire YouTube community, where people wouldn't stop talking about the both of them for an entire year now. And it was all planned out. What if we're all being fooled? And Ethan and Trisha are over there laughing in the corner like, ha! You guys thought, like, this show was called Frenemies. Like, you guys thought we were actually going to be friends and do all this. We made all of this up for views and clicks and whatever. And then the thing is, if you want to know the gosh darn truth about it, I wouldn't be surprised. I think both of them would do something like that. I really do honestly think both of them would do something like that. And you know what I think? I think Ethan and Trisha, they're sitting together and they're just like laughing and ranking in the dough with all this stuff. Because you guys, I need to fix my lipstick. You guys, it's been all the drama community, all this little corner of the internet has been able to talk about for an entire year is Ethan and Trisha and their feud and Trisha Paytas' problematic behavior and Ethan Klein's problematic behavior and them two together, and are they going to be friends again? And it's been all anyone could talk about for an entire year. What if they're just both sitting at home, counting their cash, ranking in their dough, laughing at everybody they fell for it? The show was called Frenemies. We made it up the entire time, you guys. You thought we were actually friends. The show's called Frenemies, and that should have been a foreshadow to what was going to happen. We gave you the hint in the title of the podcast that all this was going to happen, and everyone's just falling for it. Wow, you guys. Wow. Maybe I need to take my tinfoil hat off. Maybe I need to put, my THC down. But I don't know. That makes a lot of sense to me. What do you guys think? Anyway, regardless, it's very interesting that Ethan Klein spoke about Trisha Paytas in this podcast, and I wonder if Trisha Paytas is going to respond because, listen, back in the day, Trisha would respond. And now she hasn't responded as of yet, as of the time I'm filming this video, but who knows, she might respond. And if she responds, what is she going to say? Because that is the tea too. What is she going to say? Is she going to have a meltdown for airing their dirty laundry? If all this stuff is true and it's not just all made up, is she going to, did they have some sort of agreement where they wouldn't speak about each other? Because they both don't really speak about each other anymore. And did Ethan Klein kind of break some sort of NDA or something they had? Or was the time frame where they're not allowed to speak about each other, is that up now? So now Ethan is like, she's up for grabs, like I can talk about it now? What is going on with that? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you. There's so many different ways this could go. My mind is going a million different directions. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you. And that's going to be it for today's video, you guys. If you did enjoy it, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel down below. Don't forget to ring the bell so you're notified of all my future videos when they do post. Remember, all Shelby bells ring the bell. And yeah, guys, if you enjoyed today's video, YouTube should be suggesting a couple more down here for you to choose from. So I'd love it if you did that. And aside from that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.